Mm-hmm. Hello, everyone. Hello. I'm not getting any comments.
No, nobody's there.
No one
What
said
the
hello yet.
It's
Holy crap.
Happy 4th weekend.
There we go.
Maybe.
Shauna. Robert, what's up? Hey, Donna's in the house twice.
Somebody's
Nice.
here. Hey, guys.
Hello, everyone. So tonight is a open mic night. Melissa, I owe you and John stickers. You guys sent me stickers. I got them. I did get them, and they're pretty cool. So I owe you stickers, but you're right back here. So let's see. I got the show on, but not feeling the best, so I won't be in the chat much. Oh. You need more rum.
Or more NyQuil.
Or more rum and NyQuil, I think. Hey, Jade Kitten. Wow. All right, so tonight's open mic night. That means the show goes only as long as you guys have questions and topics to put out there so that we can discuss them and talk about them. Put out there in cyberspace.
Oh, what?
On the interwebs.
Interwebs.
So let's, before I go any further, let me get up on my rules because we have to have some kind of rules. Otherwise, it's chaos everywhere. And we can't have that. Although it is a 3-day weekend.
No, right? Chaos.
So we can do a little chaos.
Yeah. Hi, Beth.
A lot. Rule number 1 is that you are welcome to ask questions. Of course, because it's open mic night. You can ask questions. And this is all night long. As opposed to when we have a guest and questions come at the end of the show. Rule number 2 is that I don't know everything. Honest, Abe, I do not know everything.
I can vouch for that.
Yes. She can vouch for that because sometimes I don't know shit about what's going on. But I try. And if we get into a topic, if it's something that we can look up right away, we'll do so. And I'll share the screen. In fact, I know JD has sent me a video to look at, so we can talk about it in a little bit. I like the beard. Hey, Beth, what's up?
What?
I'm not looking at the comments right now. But rule number 3 is that we follow the Patrick Swayze rule here, and that means be nice. You can get in the chat room, you can debate, you can disagree, you can discuss, you can joke around. That's fine. But if it comes down to name calling and being mean to somebody because they don't feel the same you do, feel the same way you do, then you'll probably get booted. Especially if you're not a local, because the locals have seniority here. And they usually get preference. They
just take over.
They take over.
It's all good.
It's good. I like that, though.
They usually do my work for me, which is
good.
Yeah,
they usually...
Or Facebook takes care of you.
Yeah.
Don't be too...
Don't say anything really bad or, that might hurt somebody, Melissa. Rule number 4 is that if you have a question, please do us a favor and put a Q in front of it. That way it helps Donna pick out the questions for the show. And separate them from the jibber jabber.
Jibber jabber
that goes on in the chat room.
Jibber jabber and chaos.
And then rule number 5 is my favorite, and that is drink up.
Yeah, I got water tonight because I'm with you, John. I'm not feeling great.
Yeah, Donna's
it's been a rough week.
We are our puppy Rummy got fixed. So she is she's been out of it. Like a day or 2 days, she was out of it. Well,
she had surgery on Wednesday. It's only been 2 days.
Yeah. So the poor thing has been not doing too well, and then poor Donna has been up with her a lot. So, so a few things. Let me see. Hey, Eric Altman's in the house. What's up? Damn.
T-Cat, we got a new one.
T-Cat, what's up? T-Cat. I think I just did the first like. It's lonely here.
It is hard on
YouTube.
On YouTube.
Yeah, there's a few. Jade Kitten is usually there. Robert's
there. Yeah, it's hard because a lot of the chats in Facebook.
Yeah, so Donna will probably put up some comments as we go.
Yeah,
and you'll get to see join in a little bit. That's the only thing. Like I used to do. I know a lot of live streamers, or what would you call them? I guess we're called live streamers. I don't know what I'm called. Yeah. But I know a lot of them that use StreamYard. When they stream, they like to stream because you can do, like, if you get the one plan, you can stream to 3 platforms. And if you're doing only Facebook, sometimes they do like their personal page, their like public page for their podcast, and then they do another page. And it's weird because instead of everyone being on the same page, they're all separate. And I did that in the beginning. Like I would do it to my personal page and then the I Am Kenny Biddle page, and then I did it to the Skeptical Help Bar page. And I was like, everyone's on separate, even they're all on Facebook, they're still having separate conversations. So now I only stream to one place and then share it out.
Yeah.
Much easier.
Yeah, it's easier for me.
Gets everyone on the same page. So everyone on Facebook can actually see the entire conversation except for the YouTubers.
Yeah.
So
sorry, YouTube. There's nothing we can do about that.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
I wish you could be part of the other chat. It would be awesome.
I do have a few things while we're waiting for some questions. Again, this is all you tonight. So if there's no questions or topics out there, this is going to be a very short show, which is fine because I'm going to keep drinking. It doesn't matter. It's Friday.
There's 4 people on YouTube, Robert says.
3 days off, and I'm good. Up to 4 here, Kenny. Oh, cool. Yeah. It does make it convenient. I agree, John. I mean, it's so much better because the whole purpose is to get everyone together. I will see you in August at Gettysburg. Awesome, Eric. Awesome. That's so cool. I'm excited. That's going to be fun. Look at me. Jeez, I got a glare going because it's hot in here. My air conditioner has taken a dump.
Yeah.
And it's not working. So it's a little
warm.
It's a little cozy in here.
Yeah, it's a little toasty at the moment. I'm getting a little cool air. So
I wanted to say something. I wanted to bring up something. I did get an email from a gentleman about 2 weeks ago. There's been a lot going on, so I haven't had a chance to bring it up. But he was writing me in regards to my article on Robert Riggi, which we talked about on the show. He's the psychic medium that's also pretends to be a forensic psychologist. Yes. Yeah, that's what I was doing. And he actually sent me an email saying that he read my article on Robert Riggi and he thanked me really a lot for the investigation. The guy has been deceiving my family for a year. Apparently, he's living in Beatrice, Nebraska right now, and he's an active member of the Catholic Church there. And he's using religion to prey upon this gentleman's mom and dad, an elderly couple. And basically, they've been feeding him, taking him places, driving him around, giving him gifts.
What?
And stuff.
Wait,
yeah.
What? They're like.
Oh, so that's what it's going. So I'll read it right directly from here.
Yeah, let's go.
But I'm not going to give you any names because I don't want to give away his family here. But he has evidently used religion to prey on my mom and dad. They feed him, take him places, give him gifts. We finally started to piece together some of the lies and finally researched them. Your article came up. Thank you so much. Please continue to spread the word about this fraud.
Wow.
So I did go into more conversation with him, went back and forth, asking him like what was going on. And he was telling me basically he was using the church to spread the word about hwant and try to get people to give him things. And yeah, I don't want to go into too much detail because I want to protect his family. But we talked a little bit more. I did notify the church because he gave me the name of the church. So I did send the church.
Yeah, because he might do something else. Somebody else there.
Right. So I let them know. I sent them my article and I sent them all the information that I had on him and just said, you might want to keep an eye on this guy. He preys upon parishioners and watch out for him. So that was actually, I mean, it's cool and it's bad. It's cool because I'm glad it's helping, but it's bad because this guy is still out there doing the same shit. So hopefully that works and we can get that guy. We can get him. I don't know what we can do. I don't know what else I can do. Just keep following him around.
All you can do is put the information out there, and hopefully, people do their research on people. And
like this guy, because he did a quick search, he did a Google search, and my article came up. So I'm happy. I'm really happy it came up.
In this day and age, it's scary, but you can't just take things at face value. Sometimes you want to try to help people, but just be careful. That's all I can say. I mean.
It is hard because we like to help people. I mean, if someone's in need, of course you're going to try and help because that's just what it just feels natural to help people out. But there is that point where you kind of feel like
people take advantage,
you're being taken advantage of, and now someone's expecting you to like cover their costs or something like that, and it gets out of hand, and some people are just too embarrassed to say no, or they don't like confrontation, so they won't say no.
Yeah, and it's hard for people. I mean, like us, almost that you want to help and you don't want to say no. I know I'm a people pleaser. I've just started saying no to people because if it interferes with my life, like I have to be first.
Right.
It sounds mean, but that you have to know when to say yes, I can help, and when to say I'm sorry, but I cannot help you right now. Well, that's hard to. Sometimes it's hard to say that to somebody. Like I cannot do it right now.
There's that old saying, charity starts in the home. You know, like you got to make sure you take care of yourself. And even like my way back years ago in my medic training, it was always like in a bad situation, make sure you're safe first before you help anyone else. And you still have to do that. By all means, don't like cut everyone out. Help if you can, but be careful because there's people like that out there that will prey upon it. So, all right, well, we got like no questions, so this is going to be a really short show. I can't believe all these people tuned in. No one's got to. I mean, I'm not making fun of you.
Beth agrees with us. She says that it's hard funny for her to say no sometimes too.
Me too. You have to say no. I am learning that.
Yeah.
You do.
And I think it takes like, I feel like you have to get to a certain age too to finally like realize that,
right. Yeah,
it's hard. It's hard.
And it's so easy. Like this is actually a good topic. I mean, we can get into this. There's a lot of people out there that are definitely takers, and they have no problem asking for something and asking you for something. And the problem is that they kind of know. There's a certain personality type that knows, like, oh, if I ask for something in front of other people, you're not going to say no. And 9 times out of 10, when I see that situation, usually the person will not say no, and they're like, okay, and they'll do it just to avoid that conversation or confrontation.
Yeah. And a lot of times it's, it's people that you like and people that are friends, so you want to help them out, but it just, it gets to be too much sometimes. So sometimes you just have to back off, and people have to realize that when you back off, it's not because you don't like them. It's just because, they got to realize that they got to take care of themselves sometimes.
Right. Yeah. And you got to, I mean, I have no problem saying no. And I mean,
but I used
to just like, I would do anything for anyone.
At
I would just try. Yeah. Like middle of the night, whatever, if you asked to, okay, I'll try it. But again, it went to that people pleasing kind of thing. And I realized like, all right, I'm getting taken advantage of. I'm going to stop this. And now I've learned much better to say no.
Or I'm sorry, I can't help you right now. You can say it nicely.
Right.
I'm sorry, I can't help you right now. I got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
Be honest with people. And honesty, sometimes it's hard for people that like to say yes all the time. But sometimes just being honest with somebody is enough that, they understand. Like you're being honest, and honesty is good, even though sometimes you feel like it's hard to be honest because everybody wants to say, oh yeah, I could do that. I can help you out. Oh yeah. And in your head, you're like, I'll rearrange my schedule. I'll make it work.
Right.
And then you drive yourself crazy trying to get everything done. And that's when it becomes,
it screws up your life and screws up everything you're doing.
Yeah. So you just have to find that balance. That's all.
And that was, that was hard too with all the other work that I've been doing. Like I love doing these shows, and I love doing the articles and the videos and stuff for Skeptical Inquirer. And there'd be times people like, can you do this? Can you do that? And I'm like, all right. And then that takes away from my time and takes away from my time with family and all that. And you got to say no. All right. Let's. I know we got JD's got a video he sent me, so I'm going to share that. hold on a second. Let me get on here. Let
There
me
you
turn
go.
that off.
Melissa says a good thing here too. They have to respect your boundaries, and that's right. If you don't respect my boundaries, you don't respect me. And
Right.
it's true. It's a true statement.
Right. There's been people that have literally like come here. You open your home up to them, and you know, I don't mind people coming. I mean, we don't have room anymore.
Right?
We used to. We've
Our
used
house
all the
is
room.
full.
Yeah, but
unless
we
you
used to
like the
have
couch
people
or a
come
chair.
here. You can crash. Yeah, friends that come in, you
Yeah.
can crash on the couch. No problem with it. Then yeah, by all
There are
means.
no extra beds.
But there have been people that have come here and just stay here, and once in a while they went overboard.
They
Like,
don't go
do
away.
this for me and do that for me and take me here, and and they don't go away, and it's like, get the fuck out. There's been plenty of times like we've had parties and people just won't leave, and finally I'm like,
dude, it's 4
get the
o'clock
fuck
in
out.
the morning. And anybody, Robert, I know you're out there. Anybody that's come to our parties,
yeah,
Robert Keys is out there. They go late sometimes, and sometimes you're just like, hey, I can't pull this 4 a.m. crap anymore. Like, it's time for you to go. Like, we've actually walked people to the gate. Like, sorry, guys,
get out.
you gotta go.
All right, let me share the screen, and this is a video. I want to put the sound on. This is a video that, let me see, it pops up. This is what JD sent me. It's a TikTok video, and he wants to know how this could have been accomplished. So here we go. Watch it again.
I can tell you how.
All right. What do you think it is?
Oh, well, let me just tell you a little story about...
Story time!
Let me tell you a story about one day when I was at work and Kenny was home. I think he was on disability at the time. And he decided, you were home for a while, he decided that he was going to take the picture off the one wall in our living room. It was like an angled wall in the corner.
So instead of being just a rectangle,
instead of being 90-degree angle,
the one corner had a fireplace.
Yeah,
a fake fireplace.
Yeah, but real brick, but fake. So we had our big wedding picture up on that wall above the mantle, and I came home and he's like, "Don't be mad." And I'm like, "What do you mean, don't be mad?"
You know, that's a good one. When
he takes the picture off the wall, and there's this huge hole behind our wedding picture. There is nothing behind it except red brick. And I'm like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "I decided to I wanted to see what was back here."
I wanted to see what was behind it.
I'm like, "What are you?" So anyway, long story short, the wall came down. He made a total mess in my living room.
But we have more space because the fake fireplace is gone.
But anyway, so this picture here, I think it can easily be. Usually there's another room behind, something like this. They're probably doing construction. This guy's got his hair up in a ponytail. He's probably working. And look, wait. Go in the very beginning. There's construction crap right there in the front of the picture. There's tools and stuff around. What's on the table there? Is it a remote?
The
remote. Well, he could be doing some kind of work. What's on the mantle? Is that flowers or something? I can't see.
Oh, yeah, these are flowers.
So I'm assuming that there's another room behind there, and his friends over there just pulling the picture.
I'm with you. I think he did a really good job.
Think that's what's going on, because
once we see, so let me see if I can blow this up a little bit more. TikTok is weird. It won't let me enlarge the screen here. But yeah, I mean, you don't see too much here.
It's just a big mirror.
It's just a big mirror. But there's nothing here. Like, I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, he's putting a picture back there showing that it's disappearing.
This looks like some kind of card.
Or a picture.
He's making it look like he's trying to swat away like a spider or something. But there's nothing to be seen. And there's no tugging.
No.
Like he literally goes up and then lets go.
somebody,
and he
because
doesn't
somebody
jump
had it
back
on the other side.
There's no jumping, there's no startling, there's nothing there to indicate that he was surprised that this thing just went away. So that's what I was thinking. This is just covering a hole, and they were like, "Oh, let's make a TikTok video where your bag or whatever you're trying to brush away disappears."
Or like Robert said, it could be a vent. It could be a vent back there, you know. But look, he doesn't even turn around, so you don't even see his expression. Right. So like he knows it's going to happen.
Right.
Like he doesn't even turn around to say, like he's filming it or somebody's filming it.
Yeah, somebody else is filming it and laughing.
He doesn't turn around and say, "Oh my God, look what happened."
Right. All right. So there you go. Yeah. I mean that doesn't look. That looks like a simple trick.
Or a vacuum. Yeah, a vacuum could be back there. Yeah.
It's not. Let's see. Could be an air vent. Yeah, above the mirror. Vacuum back. Yeah, I mean it's really not hard to do these. Yet you always have to remember these things. You're getting a very narrow field of view. So with any of these type of videos, you are only looking at what they want you to look at.
Right.
There's a lot going on in the background or on the side.
Trust me. Yeah. We know that.
I mean. Some of the videos I've set up to recreate, like poltergeist videos and just all kinds of weird stuff. I mean, even one time I had Donna hiding behind a desk, and she pushed a chair out or pulled a chair with fishing line. And, you know, I walked up, and the way I walked up and looked around, I kept the camera above her so that she wouldn't actually be in the shot, although she was right there in front of me. So there's so much that you can hide. Especially if you know beforehand. And also remember, these are not done in one take. You know, you have as much time as you want because there was no deadline. It's like, oh, well, let's try this. Let's try this again. Let's try this again. You know, maybe the third time you got it right. Maybe the 30th time you got it right. And that's when they upload it.
Yeah, it's crap.
So, I mean, and it's TikTok.
Yeah, take it for what it's worth.
Is just like known for this kind of shit. I mean, you learn a lot. I learned a lot of cooking recipes, you know, well, ones that I say, hey, Donna, can you make this? Because I don't cook at all.
Every once in a while he tries.
All right. So we got that. We got anything else? What else we got?
Do we have some starred questions here?
Were
you doing my work for me?
I was. You were taking care of the puppy. Question, Kenny, have you gotten a chance to see the new Thor movie? No, because it doesn't open until
the 8th
next week. So it's not out.
Did you see it, Robert?
Yeah, I don't know if it released over there.
Oh, yeah, it didn't release here. I thought it was coming out this weekend, and it doesn't come out till the 8th here.
Yeah, we got to wait. We got to wait another week.
But we did see Doctor Strange.
Yes. And that's on Disney Plus now, so we can
already.
Watch
yeah, I need to watch that again. Somebody took a snooze a little bit through that movie. Yeah, man, the fight scene was it was too much fighting going on. You know, when you see the same thing over and over again, it's easy for me to just
during action movies
snooze for a few minutes.
All right, next question. Oh, you know what? I forgot to mention at 9:00 we're gonna have a guest jump on.
So we have to make it till then. I have to make it till
keep it going. After these few questions, I'm going to put the link in the chat. So if you have a question or a topic that you want to talk about, you can actually come on the show if you want to. But we're going to have a guest come on real quick and talk about Skeptical, which is an online conference. She's going to talk about it a little bit. So let's see. Redman, what's up, buddy? As a show, Zach, jackass personality aside, is Ghost Hunters really any better than Ghost Adventures? All right, so I do have how do I answer this? So
very
I think there's two things going on here. Zach, I mean, his personality is just over the top. It's just ridiculous over the top. And it's based on pseudo courage and fear, because they usually pretend to be really brave and then they run away. So they really don't do too much. And he makes up a lot of shit. Ghost Hunters, I see that still as entertainment. I don't see that as a serious investigation because it's for TV. And I've also seen continuity errors in there. in the show. And I actually, one of the videos that I did a video when they, where was it? The Michigan baby camp, or nanny camp. Huh. They went there because I did an article on it, because the family claims that they had they caught a ghost in the nanny camp. And then after I did the article, ghost hunters went there and did an episode. They filmed an episode, and there was a huge continuity error in the episode that I caught. And I mean, it was really huge. And that's telling me that they stop and reshoot. They stop and reshoot. And that's what they're going to do. So I don't think show-wise, there's still shows. There's still shows set for entertainment. The one thing I will say positive about Jason Hawes is, one, he's a friend of mine. And two, he actually does call me once in a while to ask for advice. He recently called about, what was it? The old Panasonic digital recorders, the real crappy ones. He called me and asked what I thought of them, because somebody had suggested that they needed one for the show. And we talked about it, and I told him all the flaws that were going on with it. And he's like, thanks, dude, that helps out a lot. And they ended up not getting it. So I will say that about him is that he, at least from my perspective, he's reaching out and looking for advice from someone that might have, I'm not saying I'm perfect or that I know it all, but I do have information once in a while that does help out. And they do take that information and advice to heart, and they act upon it. So I do like that. I don't know if Douchebaggins does it, but I mean, after going to the museum a second time, and really like being able to take my time and look at things and listen to things, I mean, it's the biggest thing. And Ben Radford pointed this out, because I didn't realize it the first time I went through, or the second time, because I didn't recognize the painting. But there is a painting of oh my God. No, I'm totally drawing a blank.
At the end, you're talking about?
At the end. A sucker born every minute. Oh my God. Who am I?
Wasn't it like
a sucker?
A clown?
Born every minute. Who said that? Wikipedia. Sucker born. P.T. Barnum. That's
Barnum.
P.T. Barnum.
Yeah,
oh my God. I had such a freaking
brain
fart there. But there was a portrait of P.T. Barnum at the end of the tour. And it was like,
like right in your face before you walk into the gift store.
It's telling you, hey, you're a sucker because I took your $50.
Right.
And showed you a bunch of shit. So yeah, I mean, is there a difference? I think so, but it's very little. It's very little. I still wish any of these shows, any of these reality shows would have, I almost hate to say this, but a professional skeptic, somebody that does this kind of work more than just as a hobby and can really give some insight. I wish that they would actually bring someone like that on the show.
Yeah, and just give a
different perspective.
Perspective, just so the people at home aren't so freaking gullible. Because a lot of them believe it. Yeah,
and that's a problem that we've discussed on the show before. Like, they're influencing people's lives. They're going there, they're doing this ghost hunt, and I'm not going to call it an investigation because I really don't think it's an investigation. And they're giving their results in a very believer biased fashion and saying, hey, this could be a ghost here, this could be a ghost there. And it has an effect on the family. I will say also that I've known Jason to actually like give more logical explanations when he can debunk something. He does, as opposed to Zach, that I really haven't seen him. Yeah, let me retract that. I've seen him do it once, where he went to the Demon House in Seattle, Washington, with my friend, my other friend, Keith Linder. Oh, me and him don't get along at all. But this was a house that was featured on one of the Ghost Adventures shows where the guy claimed that Bibles went missing and then he would find them. They would suddenly appear somewhere on fire and in his house, and all kinds of like spray paint or something all of his house. And it really looked like he was doing it himself. And not anything supernatural, because all the like rooms were completely trashed except for the expensive stuff. None of the expensive stuff was broken or damaged or defaced or anything like that. It was always particular things that were cheap and easily replaceable, or just not knocked over, but just pushed over and said, "Oh, look, it's all messed up."
Yeah.
But that's the only time I saw Zach actually go in and come out and say, "I don't think this is haunted at all." So I will give him credit for that. All right. What else we got? I got anything else? Oh, right. Like Ben Radford did, as they edited him out of most of the show.
Yeah. Like I know some of the shows that. Or they make it sound like he said something he didn't say.
So
they take it out of context.
Oh, man, I'm totally going to, and I'm sure I saw Coral in here. I'm sure she might say, I don't know if she said something about this yet, but if you look up on what it, oh man, Science Friction, I think it's on Hulu. I think it's on, is it on Amazon? I think it's on Amazon. But if you look up Science Friction, not fiction, Friction with an R, that's by Brian Dunning and Skeptoid Media. Excuse me. And it is an excellent documentary that looks at science communicators and how they are misinterpreted by or misedited by these documentaries that they appear on. So you get these documentaries, mockumentaries most of the time, that want to show like, hey, look, we consulted a scientist, and they bring a scientist on and they get him to talk about the topic, and then they edit him out of context. So they take different parts of what the scientist said or science communicator said, and they piece it together to make it sound like they said something else. And Ben Radford was his contribution was, I think, the best, and not because he's my editor and he's a buddy of mine, but because when he did his initial interview over the phone, he asked permission to record it for his own purposes. So when he did that, he had a full recording of the interview, and they were able to match it up in the film to what was played on the program. And that was amazing because you get to hear the parts that were edited out, which completely changes the context of what he said. And it's just amazing. So definitely, if you have the means, definitely, I think it's like $1.99 or $2.99, but it's worth it. I've seen it like four or five times, and they were different versions because as it was in production, I saw the first cut in Psycon, the last Psycon, which was 2019, I think I saw it there, and then I saw it a few times after that at different appearances with different cuts. So I'm not sure of the final cut because that's something I want to sit down and actually watch again, but definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. So, and I'm not saying that because Brian's my drinking buddy. He is. When we went to Vegas, oh my goodness, me and Brian hung out the most. And just like every time we were hanging out, we were at a bar.
Shocker.
He can drink, but not as much as me. All right. What else we got here, sweetie?
Oh wait,
show?
that's the one we just did. Okay. Sorry.
No problem. Did you see that Disney Plus is making a Goonies TV show? I heard about that, and I'm torn. I don't know. Some classics, I don't like when they fuck with it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like they have no new ideas lately. Everything from Hollywood's the 80s and 90s coming back.
I mean, I like it's a weird concept. Like I like it sometimes and I don't like it other times. If it's a completely like if it's their kids, because obviously it's got to be their kids.
Tubi? Is that
it's free on Tubi. Yeah.
Is that the one you're talking
thanks,
about?
Coral. Coral she's the tattoo person, which she really needs to bring her stuff to Psycon if she's going, because I want some ink. I want a Ghostbusters. Coral. But anyway, so with Goonies, like I love the original, and if they pick it up with like maybe their kids, and they have some nostalgia, some callbacks to the original movie, that'd be great. But I don't want them to overdo it, and maybe continue on a new adventure, a different adventure.
Yeah, don't go back and retell the same thing.
Don't do the Star Wars sequels and say, oh, we're just going to remake the same original trilogy with just different faces. I don't like that. I really don't like that at all. But I also like the other concepts, like Obi-Wan. I loved Obi-Wan Kenobi. I will watch that series over and over again because it gave you more character development. It dove into a story that you didn't know about. You knew about it, kind of, but didn't know. And I love that kind of thing. So I'm torn. We'll see. I mean, I'm going to watch it because...
Well, wasn't like Obi-Wan Kenobi, wasn't that like a backstory to the original story?
So yeah.
So there's a kind of a little difference.
It's a side
there.
Story.
So maybe if they do a side, but I mean, there's really no side story to the Goonies.
TV series would have to be a sequel.
Yeah, there's no side story to that. So.
Oh, I love the Goonies.
Who doesn't like the Goonies?
Do the truffle shuffle.
You have to get up for that, Kenny.
No. All right, Coral. When you uncovered Zach Bagans' plagiarism scandal, why do you think it wasn't more widely known by the public? Why do you think the shame that should accompany such being caught for? Did I read that right?
Yeah,
caught for that didn't register, and he's just business as usual.
Because he's got money.
Well, yeah.
He hit it. That's
so
why.
There were a couple things that happened with that. One, I got to give props to Melanie, my friend Melanie, who's been on the show. We had that 3-hour show about Bob Lazar and the UFO thing. But Melanie is the one that told me to read that book, that I really needed to read it. So total props to her. But uncovering that, most of my stuff reaches an audience of mostly skeptical people and people that are on the fence, and then only people that Google it and it comes up.
And unfortunately, the people that follow Zach
are not going to look at my shit.
Right.
They're not going to look at my stuff. They're not going to look it up, and they may make excuses because you have that whole cult following thing where they're going to make excuses of why it's not real. Except that Zach was playing a game here. He played a pretty good game where immediately after the article came out, he totally blamed what's his name?
The editor or the guy that wrote it.
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm having brain farts tonight. I'm trying to look at the book that I have because I know I have other. Holy crap! I can't believe I forget his name. The guy that Ghost wrote it. Oh shit! Now I gotta look it up because I can't believe unless somebody pops in the name. Let me see. Skeptical Inquirer. Biddle. I gotta look up my own article because I don't know what I'm doing here. So let me see. Going down. Wow, I wrote a lot of articles. Holy shit! It keeps going on and on and on. Oh wait, here we go. So it's
What happens when you're too busy?
Troy Taylor. That's it. My God, I can't believe I forgot his name. Anyway, so Troy Taylor actually wrote the book originally, and what he did was instead of writing something new, he took a book that was already 10 years old and regurgitated it, and then stole articles from like 50 other people and put it in this book, and then put it out. So when it came out, when my article came out, Zach immediately put the blame on Troy.
Yeah.
And literally forced Troy to put out a blurb on social media.
What
the hell is
sirens.
that?
The sirens.
Oh. Sorry, guys. That's the puppy. She doesn't like sirens. And that was
our local fire department has the siren.
So yeah, where was I?
Troy Taylor.
So Troy Taylor put out a blurb saying that it was him that wrote it and gave excuses about Zach being too busy to write his own book, and all this stuff, and he referred to me as some blogger.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. Trying to downplay it. You scumbag. But I think it's just, it went away. Like, it's not in the stores. We went to the museum gift shop and it was nowhere in sight. And even Ben Rafford asked like, where's this other book? And they're like, oh, we don't have it. We're out of stock.
We're
or
out
something
of
like
stock.
that. Like, bullshit. There's no room for it at all. And then they had to actually go back and reprint them. So if you pick up a second edition of that book, which is a For Dummies book, which is just
right.
It just, that tells you everything you need to know right there. But if you pick up a second edition, it's much different because he had to put in as so and so says, and they didn't even reference it right.
No,
anyway, because I paged through it, and it's still wrong. But at least it gives credit to the people that he stole from. And I know at least 2 people had filed lawsuits. So hopefully they got something.
I'm sure they did. I'm sure so. Zach settled, so you don't see anything out there.
Right. So there you go. That's did that answer the question?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that answered it.
Okay.
I took it down because it was really long and it was covering most of the screen.
That's all right. You don't get to see my trouble shovel. All right. What else we got?
Hold on a second. Hold on.
Okay. Woo. Maybe a Goonies origin story. Mikey was told a story about his dad. Maybe like a prequel. Because I wouldn't want to see any of the kids, or the recasting of the kids, because that takes me out of it. So if there's a prequel, have it Chester Cobblepot.
Yeah, like his story.
Yeah, have his story. But even that is kind of a reach because we know where he ends up.
Right.
And it's kind of lame when you think about it, like where his body ended up. That's kind of lame. It really, when you really go back and take apart that movie, you're like, why did you die right there?
Right.
There's nothing there to die from. So I maybe like early adventures of Chester, but
I can't see a whole movie.
Yeah, I wouldn't want this to be an ongoing thing with him. I would rather see a sequel with like the kids or grandkids.
But there's really like, what would they follow up? I mean, the mystery was.
Well, no, you do a different adventure,
like
a National Treasure. Something like that. Get them a different.
Movie. Yeah.
All right, moving on. What do you think of John Zavis and his haunted objects that he has? I think they are as haunted as the bullshit that I have in my basement. I'll say that. I mean, that's pretty much it. I don't think any of that stuff is haunted. I don't know for certain because obviously I've never been there. I wouldn't mind visiting, but
he's probably not going to be invited.
I don't have a high opinion of Mr. Zavis. Like personally, I've met him a few times. Nice guy. I'm not going to say anything bad about him personally. Professionally, I don't think he's a good investigator. I don't think he's logical or scientific at all. I think he's very, very deep in misguided beliefs. And I think all this stuff that he has in his museum is just a replication of his aunt and uncle's museum and their stuff because they were famous and they had one. So I think he's just following in their footsteps. I want to, let me see. There's stuff that I've heard through various people. So this is all speculation. I want to make that clear. This is speculation. A friend of mine used to do a podcast where he would actually take down, he would pick apart paranormal shows, watch them do like a Mystery Science Theater 3000 type of a show. And it was really great. I wish he was still doing it because it was so fun. But he did a couple episodes of Zavis's show where he did that haunted collector. That's it. And he got in touch with somebody that was on one of the episodes. There was an episode where they had something going on, and they went under the house in the crawl space, and they found like an old gun, and they found that, or my buddy had found that woman that owned that house and talked to her, had her on the show, and they talked, and she brought up stories about how she was pretty much certain that Zavis's crew went out, purchased that gun, and planted it under the house, and then found it. And again, this is speculation because I this is not firsthand knowledge for me personally, but that they had planted that, and that they wanted to take it and put it in his museum. And the woman of the house, the owner of the house, was like, well, you found that on my property. That belongs to me. You're not taking it. And there was very bad tension. And the attitude of somebody, Zavis, changed, and he left. And honestly, I can see that from my own perspective here. I can tell you a short story. We were at a conference, me and Tim Vickers from Three Tortured Souls. Tim was up here. He was visiting for the weekend, and we went to a conference, a paranormal conference. And Tim loves telling this story, and I love hearing it. But he walked up to Zavis, and he was talking to him and was asking about haunted dolls. Like, what was the mechanism by which a spirit can attach itself to a doll and move it around and do all this stuff? And Zavis started to give this very, very ghost hunter believer kind of explanation. And Tim was like, well, no, what's the mechanism? Like, how does it actually attach? And Zavis literally just turned around and walked away from him. No, I can't answer it. No ending, just walked away from him. And I mean, for me, that's very rude, and you just don't do that. So the long-winded answer to your question, I don't think anything is haunted in his museum at all. I think it's just
have
a bunch
interesting
of junk,
stories.
Yeah. Just like, I mean, I have a basement full of stuff that's like that, and they're interesting stories, but I don't think anything is haunted. I don't think it's haunted, cursed, or blessed.
Set that clock.
And that was my fault. So there you go. Hope that answered your question, Beth. Good seeing you. All right. What else we got? John without an H. Would you like me to bring you some beard oil Friday? Sure. I'll try it. I mean, because I have what's that stuff called?
Bag bomb.
Bag bomb?
Yeah.
Bag bomb. It's like bomb. And it's a good moisturizer, and you got it for me for something else, and I was
just
like,
for the irritation around.
Yeah, I had an irritation. Yeah, so
it's
I tried
for
it.
Skin irritation.
And it worked, but yeah, I'll try some beard oil. That's cool. Incidentally, thank you, John, for bringing that up. Next week there will not be a show. There will be no Skeptical Help Bar because I will be with John without an H down at Fort Mifflin. Because his group is coming up here, and they're doing overnight or late night. I forget how. I'll be at Fort Mifflin Friday night. So if I can, I don't know how good the signal is out there. If I can do a live show or just go live for a little bit, I will. Just to give you guys an update and show you around the fort a little bit, but no promises. So, but yes, John, I'll definitely try that.
Carl's leaving early. She's just saying goodbye.
Hey, Coral. See you later.
Shauna.
Oh, they're so much fun. Robert Keys. What's up, buddy?
Robert, what's brewing? I know you got something going on.
What is your take on the U.S. government releasing UFO info, documents, videos? I don't. So, yeah. This is a big topic.
This is like a whole topic.
I have a problem with the task force that is in place for this. For one, we just recently found out that it's the head scientist, the lead scientist, is the same guy that is on the Skinwalker Ranch TV series, which really is disappointing because he is horrible. At least as far as the TV show goes, and what I see on that show, because I had to watch a few episodes for research, and he is awful. I wouldn't trust him at all. Another problem is that we're seeing videos that are sent or released, and I'm not buying into the whole leaked bullshit, because they're just released. There's no leaking, because if there's leak, people would get in trouble.
Right.
Because there is a paper trail. You can't just do shit on the internet and not leave a trail anymore. So the ones that are released because they don't think it's anything of concern. If they did, they would not release it.
Right.
That's plain and simple. As for the ones that we see, like from the hearings and stuff, there's a severe lack of experience and understanding and knowledge when it comes to this, because we're seeing these officials or experts in the task force not being able to solve what these things are over the period of years. But when they're released to the public, a few of us amateurs, especially Mick West and his gang at Metabunk, we solve it in days. Literally days. With our home computers, no government funding, we solve it. We can figure it out. And again, I'm going to give most of the credit to Mick West and his gang, because they go through everything and they can match up everything and find the aircraft that are making these lights or lights in the sky. So what do I think about the U.S. government and all this UFO stuff? I mean, it's a good tactic to distract people.
I think honestly, it's a good distraction from anything else going on right now. There's so much going on that here, let's leak
why
this.
Bother?
They'll get off our case about something else.
It's the Area 51 effect. I just made that up. Where it's like, if you think everything's going on at Area 51, you think we have alien craft and aliens there and stuff.
Here, check this out.
I'll let you believe it. Because you guys can speculate and percolate and do all that stuff every 8 on that idea, and you're gonna pay attention to that instead of other things that I'm doing. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's just, I think it's silly.
Distraction, yeah.
I think it shows a gross waste of money. Because I mean, I would definitely think the money that's going into the UAP task force should be funneled into people that actually know what they're doing. And then you'd have results. You'd have all these videos just going. I mean, I do this kind of shit on a daily basis for free. And it doesn't take much in most cases. I mean, shit, when you're talking days for amateurs versus years for the professionals, there's something wrong. Yeah. There's a lot of wasted money.
Yeah, definitely.
Fucking UAP people.
Okay, moving on.
All right. Redman, Donna and Kenny, if you could pick your superpower, what would it be, and what would your superhero name be?
Wow, that's a good one.
I
think I know what I would do. I think I know what my superpower would be. I don't know what my name would be. I would just cure people from diseases that are incurable. Like cancer, like and my first place to visit would be St. Jude. I would be there. Wow. And I don't know what my superhero name would be, but
Divine Donna.
There you go.
Yeah, you already got your name.
Touched by Divine. Yeah.
Touched by Double D.
Hey, no Double D. What are you talking about? That's so wrong.
Oh.
No.
Boom. No. For me, I don't know what my name would be.
Donna the Healer. That's a good one, Shanna.
I don't know.
But that's what I would do. I would, especially people that, you just don't deserve it. I mean, nobody deserves cancer. Nobody deserves, like the diseases that have no cures, like Alzheimer's. I can't even say that
Alzheimer's.
Whatever.
Alzheimer's.
Kenny says, I have trouble with that one. But yeah.
It's not old timers.
Alzheimer's. I just can't have a hard time with that word. But
I used to think it was actually old timers.
Old timers. That's kind of what they should call it. Old timers. Because that's
corrected.
what happens.
So
hey, Dave Shoemaker's in the house. There you go, Nightingale. That's a good one.
Nightingale, that's good. I don't know what my name would be, but since Donna is doing the healing thing,
the big black guy in the green mile. I love that movie.
That's an awesome movie.
Yeah, but I don't want to take on, like, he took on their pain. I can't do. I'm not strong enough for that. I will admit it. I am not strong enough for that. But I would love to heal people of that. Yeah.
I would do the time travel thing to be able to, because that, and I've said that before. I think I actually put a post up on Facebook that if I could pick one power, it would be to travel through time. And mostly because I want to travel through the past and solve mysteries that cannot be solved because of time.
Couldn't be because
can't be because it's already in the past and there's just no way to get back there. There's not information. I want to go back and actually witness events that happen. I want to witness whatever crashed at Roswell, which is most likely a weather balloon, despite people bitching about it. I would like to go back to the Brown Lady of Raymond Hall, the most famous ghost photo ever, and watch when it was taken, and see what was going on. I would love to do all that kind of thing and be able to kind of interact, because I don't want to cause a branch timeline. My Marvel is totally coming out. I don't want to cause a branch timeline by disrupting the flow of time, but I want to be able to go back with cameras of the time period, which I think I could, because I think I have enough cameras that cover almost all the time periods that I would go through, and take pictures with film or plates of the time so that I can hide them in a safe and then discover them and be like, I'm the world's greatest mystery solver. Even better than Ben Radford, who I know is out there somewhere.
The TVA will stop you.
That would be good. Would they, though? Because I'm not disrupting time. I'm simply observing. So I don't know if they'd have a problem with that. I mean, they didn't have a problem with the Avengers going back and stealing the times or all the
That's
Infinity
because
Stones.
it happened before they made that movie. That was all after the fact.
I know, but they addressed it. They did address it, and that was supposed to happen according to them, which I still don't get. It's still time waste.
Whatever.
They're stealing shit.
Yeah.
All right. Next question. Jade Kitten. I binged The Boys season 1 yesterday. Thoughts? Ooh. So I'm all caught up on The Boys.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It is. I don't know if you'd like it.
Okay.
It's very, very. It can be very raunchy.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna
like that's old school kind of. It's very bad. I love the show. I honestly love it. I think it's great.
Whoa.
That's part of the show.
Whoa.
But you probably shouldn't say that word there.
Yeah, Rob.
Yeah, Rob. You probably shouldn't put that up there. But that's a common thing throughout the show. And I love it. I think it's great. I've never read the comic that it's based on, but I think the story is great. I think the characters are great. I think it's interesting, and I think it's a much more grounded take on if people actually had these kind of powers, what would happen. So I think it's awesome. All right. We got a couple more questions, and then our guest popped in. So Carolyn, I do see you back there, Carolyn. I'm going to bring you on in a minute. Ben Radford, who let him in?
Oh, I'm sorry. You didn't want his question?
You're a big movie fan. What are some of your favorite movie mistakes, continuity errors? Ooh, in some of your favorite films. Oh, my God.
Wow, that's a big question.
Forever.
That should be a topic.
That could be a show by itself.
Yeah, let's
because
go back to that
love
one.
watching. I love watching like YouTube channels that do nothing but pick out continuity errors.
Oh my God.
In movies. So I love. Oh my God, there are so many. Holy shit! There's one in Mad Max, the original Mad Max, where he's in the truck. He's in the gas truck, and he's heading back to the I don't know what you would call it, the little town, and he's being attacked and everything. And there's a cut where the camera's looking up from, I guess, where like the passenger seat would be, up at the at Mad Max or Mel Gibson driving, and it's really quick, but you see there's another guy sitting in there. There's a crew member sitting in the cab with him, and you can see the guy, like his full body. And it's just, I never noticed it until it was picked out on one of these continuity error kind of videos. And I was like, wow, let me go look. And yeah, there it is. So it was really, sometimes it's just so like, holy shit. I never saw that before. What else? Continuity, movie mistakes.
Ben knows what you're talking about.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm drawing a blank because I think there's so many.
Yeah,
and
that's like a. I think that's a. That would be
I'm gonna get
topic.
back to you on that because there's so many. Is there any in like my favorite movies? No, nothing that pops into my head.
No, right now.
No, I'll give me a couple minutes. I'm sure something will pop up. All right, are we? How are we with questions?
There's a few other ones. I don't know if you want to.
Let's bring on Carolyn, and then
we can go back to the questions.
Yeah. Actually, you know what, Carolyn, wait just a couple more minutes. I'm going to put the commercial on.
Oh, that's right.
And then when we come back, we'll bring Carolyn on. All right. So we got 3 minutes. You got 3 minutes, Carolyn. And we're going to do commercial break. So everyone, empty your bladders, fill your cup, not with what was in your bladder, and we will be back in 3 minutes.
Do satanic cults lurk in the shadows? Can memories of satanic ritual abuse be repressed? Do exorcisms really drive out demons? And are those demons always possessing Zach Baggins? I'm JD Sword, the Satanic Skeptic. Join me on The Devil in the Details as I examine these questions and more, bringing a skeptical and satanic perspective to the paranormal. The Devil in the Details, available on Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Spotify, and more.
Japan for us. Japan for us. Hail Satan. Hail
Satan. Are you tortured by what you see and hear about the paranormal field? Join us as we critically examine and question paranormal claims, science, ghosts, demons, cryptids, UFOs, ghost hunting technology, and much more are all on the table for discussion. 3 Tortured Souls is a video podcast that streams live on Saturdays at 8 p.m. Eastern and 5 Pacific. 3 Tortured Souls.
All right, we are back. I'm going to bring on our guest, good friend of mine. Hold on a second. There she is. Hello.
Hi.
What's up, girl?
Hi. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm fighting a sinus thing, but I'm okay.
Oh, okay. you got that weird. You get that the background is blurry, but it's like weird around your head. You're missing part of your head. That's funny. All right, so you are on. You're coming on to talk about something specific. What do you got?
Skeptical 2022.
Skeptical 20. So I've been talking about this for the last couple of weeks, and I have the privilege of being one of the speakers. So that's why I've been pimping that shit out. So you're coming on to talk about it for a few minutes. So the floor is yours.
Yeah. So thank you again for being a speaker. I remember when they first asked me to be on the planning committee, and they're like, do you guys know any speakers, have any suggestions? It's like, I know a guy. So, I'm so glad that you said yes. For those who aren't aware, Skeptical is a science and skepticism conference for Northern California, different skeptic groups. I'm part of the Sacramento area skeptics, but it's the Bay Area skeptics and a couple of other groups. Susan Gerbrick's group is, Susan.
Yes.
So
we know Susan. We love Susan here.
Everyone loves Susan. Susan's awesome. So yeah, we're going to have a variety of speakers, very good speakers. I'm besides you, which I'm so happy, and I'm excited about your talk because you're going to talk about how you were originally a ghost hunter, and then you eventually turned into a skeptical investigator.
No
and
pressure.
I think in today's world, especially in the skeptic community, it's good to see how adults can evolve. You can,
Yes.
You can change your mind. You can learn new things and go, hey, so I think that's a great lesson.
Awesome.
So I'm really appreciating that you're doing that. Other speakers include Bill Nye.
The science guy.
The science guy.
You can't say his name without saying that.
You're right. With the bow tie. And so obviously, because it's online, we were able to get more speakers from not only across the country, but across the world. So that's pretty cool. Stephen Novella, you guys probably know him from Skeptic's Guide to the Universe.
Right.
Other speakers include Edward Ernst, who talks a lot about so-called alternative medicine.
Okay.
And he's a pretty big critic of it, but he backs all his stuff with really good research. So I'm excited about that. We also have panels. There's a great panel. Let's see, engaging with believers, true believers, and denialists. And you will know, I know you've had him on, Mick West.
Yes.
He's the author of
Escaping the Rabbit Hole. Yeah.
So he's going to be one of the speakers on the panel. And that's going to be hosted by my friend, Dr. Eugenie Scott.
Cool.
And so we're really excited about that. And it's not, there's other speakers. It's not all about speakers this time, which we are so happy. We're going to have fun stuff. So there's actually a comedy panel. And some of your viewers I know have probably watched, Skeptical Inquirer Presents. And the host of that is Leanne Lord.
Yes.
And so she's going to be one of our panelists on this comedy, skeptic comedy. We also have Skepperdy.
Skepperdy.
I never heard that.
Skepperdy.
And that's hosted by Bill Patterson. And there's going to be special guest contestant. So I'm pretty excited about that. If you have a chance and you go online, the Skeptical on YouTube, you can see some of the older games from past conferences, and they're pretty funny. They're a lot of fun. So I'm really looking forward to that. There's some free things. Free is good.
Free is good. I like free.
Along with, I don't know if I told you about this. Skeptical trivia with our friend Susan Gerbrick. It's free, so it is free to anybody. We are also, and I don't know if you know, she does that fairly regularly with her group. So it's a lot of fun. We have Skeptics in the Metaverse, which is a VR event. And from what I understand, you don't even need to have virtual reality equipment. So there's going to be a link. You go to, I think it's AltSpace. You just need to download the app and you're good to go. You can create your avatar and stuff. And he's already created a really cool Skeptical conference room. It's just yours truly. Your picture is up there already. And so
What?
it is. It's a really cool
I gotta find that.
We're going to have Skeptics in the Pub, which is on Friday night, which is Friday the 15th.
Okay.
Excuse me. So that's a lot of fun. You can mingle with other attendees and get to know other skeptics. And we're going to have different exhibitors that are going to be raffling off prizes.
Oh, I like prizes.
Prizes.
I do.
So that'll be pretty cool. And so, but here's the thing, tickets are going to go up very, very soon. Like they're supposed to go up today, but I have it on good authority that there's a grace period. So if you haven't gotten your tickets, now. Do it now. So
okay. And how much is it?
And right now it's $25.
Okay.
So, the idea was to reward early birds. So get it in now. Because I have a feeling the next couple days. So,
all right. So
$25 for all those speakers. I mean, you, Bill Nye, Vic West.
Right.
I mean,
I'm at the bottom of that. Although, ironically, I'm at the top of the guest list.
Because of your name.
Because of my name. They did it by alphabetical order. So I'm first, which is awesome. I'm going to put the link to the website. I put a link in the chat room already, but that was to the VR intro. And I'm putting the link to the website in there now. If you want to check it out, there's a video. There's all kinds of information about the speakers, the schedule, the tickets.
It is all virtual, yes.
It's all virtual.
That's
yes.
good for Jade Kitten. Good.
Yeah. And so there's free events that you mentioned, but then I guess everything else, the speakers and all that, comes with the $25 ticket price.
Nice cup.
Right? Nice cup. Yeah.
I got this from my good friend Donna Biddle.
Hey. And for people that don't know,
you're hanging on to unicorns, damn it. You're not
it is.
Away. Yeah.
Carolyn, do you still have the creepy corner?
It is still up, but I have not participated or added to it.
So should. You so should. You used to run a website, right?
Yeah, it was a blog. Yeah.
Blog website called Carolyn's Creepy Corner. I loved it. It was so much fun.
Yeah, thank you. Life kind of
gets in the way sometimes.
But I never had like the platform that you had and and others had. So I mean, I'm glad that you and others are taking over and doing such a good job with promoting skepticism and paranormal research. But there's what I've been doing in a more quiet way is I belong to different community organizations and I quietly like, hey, what about this book or what about this speaker? I'm actually on the curriculum committee for Ollie at University of the Pacific, which is lifelong learning. And so when they asked me to be on the curriculum committee, I went, okie dokie. And so then I'm like trying to get more skepticism and more science-based speakers and stuff. So
good. We need all the help we can get, honestly.
Yes.
There's so much bullshit in the world.
And
it's just, I mean, it seems like the last couple of weeks, last couple of years,
over.
It's just getting worse and worse. So,
and actually, one of our speakers, we did change. So I did not write down the name. We have a speaker from Snopes who's helping us, navigate the whole misinformation crap nest, whatever you want to call it. So I'm glad. I think that's going to be a really good talk and something that we all really need to pay attention to right now.
I like some of the topics. I love when skeptical people or skeptical oriented people get like they play on words because you have I'm gonna hopefully I say his name right, Ernst.
Edzard Ernst. Yeah.
Ernst. his talk is how to become a charlatan.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that title because it's like, all right, I'm going to teach you how people con people.
Yeah.
You know, like how to become a charlatan. And that's going to help you out. Like it sounds like a funny title. It sounds like fun. And I can't wait to see it. But this is what we need. This is why, like, I've done videos where I pretend to do readings, like psychic readings and stuff, showing you like this is how you can do it. So now you can go ahead and spot it later on. So I'm excited about this.
Yeah.
And I'm excited about being a part of this. I love it.
Oh yeah, and that's why. And I had explained to the planning committee. I mean, one of the things that I do appreciate about you is you go to paranormal conferences.
Yes.
So you're not just preaching to the choir. You go out and talk to the people who really kind of need to hear this, and you do it in a polite and respectful way, unless you're going to somebody's not haunted museum, but that's a whole other story. But anyway, but no, I think it's great that you reach out to the quote other side, because without dialogue, we can't have any growth, right?
Right. Exactly. If it's always going to be two sides that are constantly preaching to their choirs and just hurling insults, and that's about it at each other, there's no progress. There's nothing that's going to change.
Yeah, we're just stuck in the middle.
And I enjoy it. I mean, honestly, you know, paranormal people, they can drink. So I enjoy hanging out with them. It's fun, even though we have confrontations sometimes and we don't always get along. It's still nice. I mean, the upcoming Gettysburg that we're going to be at, Gettysburg Battlefield Bash, we're going to be at. I'm going to be on one of the panel discussions, which I'm the only skeptic that gets to do that. I wish there would be more. I would love if they actually had more, like on other panels and stuff, but I get to do that. And you're right. It's not confrontation. It's let's talk about it. Let me give you my perspective from a polite point of view.
And that works all across the spectrum of, you know, different topics, different scientific topics. I mean, and you know, from Mick West's book and many other articles and books that have been written for some reason since 2019 and 2020, that, you know, that's the key, is having respectful dialogue and coming from a place of, you know, let's try and find a mutual understanding and then build on that.
Right. Mick is an awesome person. We've had the pleasure of meeting him and hanging out with him and his wonderful wife. Yeah.
Love it.
A couple times now. And it's just, you can't piss him off.
No, he has the patience of Job. I've watched some of his videos and his interviews with people, and you know, man, I can't do what he does.
He has much more calm than I do. Like I can be calm and stay kind of level-headed most situations. But yeah, even I get to a point where, I mean, Patrick Swayze, you know, be nice until it's time not to be nice.
Yeah.
Sometimes I hit that, but I've never seen Mick lose his cool. He's always been very calm, and he has his thoughts. He's confident, and like I strive to be that confident. So we'll see. But I can't wait. I'm gonna hope. Yeah, we'll see him in October, I think.
Yeah, I think if
he should
he's
be
coming out. Yeah.
And hopefully I'll be in Vegas too.
Yes, I hope so. So we can hang out.
Yeah.
Jade Kitten got her tickets. She says now they can raise the price. she's good. She's in. Yay, Jade Kitten.
Awesome.
I will let people know.
Awesome. Cool.
So
all right.
That's great to hear. So thank you for letting me.
You're welcome.
And
anytime.
Being a speaker and
yeah, you look great. I love your hair.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks. It's all the sinus medicine that's just making me glow.
All right, go get some rest, and I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, sounds good. Right. Take care.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Woo. That was fun. I miss Caroline.
Rob just got a ticket. He just got reminded.
Awesome.
So guys, man, go get your tickets. It's all weekend, right?
I mean, we got let's see. I'm looking at the schedule here. Bill Nye the Science Guy, conversation with Eugenie Scott. Eugenie Scott is a biological anthropologist who led the National Center for Science Education for 27 years. She's internationally known as an expert on the creationism evolution controversy. Oh, I need to reach out to her.
Yeah.
And I need to see if she can
maybe she can come on the show.
Yeah. And she's a fellow of the Committee for Skeptical Inquiry.
Oh,
just
even
better! It's like we're twinsies.
Twinsies.
I can't wait.
Well, I have to skip out.
Okay, yeah, Donna's got to go pick up our son, our working son.
Yeah, he's working now, guys.
So I'm going to take over the show. Donna's leaving. I got the show all to myself. That means I'm going to fuck it up.
Unless you're still on when I get back.
Okay.
So if I don't see you guys, you have a happy 4th.
Yeah, make sure you just rush. Hurry up.
Yeah, and I'm sorry that there's not going to be a show next week. Kenny would not allow me to run it. He said not without him.
Wow. Way to lay it on thick.
Hey, you rolled right over it earlier, and I had
Turn
to
your
say
mic
something.
Off now.
Bye-bye.
Gone. All right. Let's see. Now I got to find the questions. How do I work this thing?
They're starred.
All right, I'm good. Here we go. That was Ben's question. Let's see. Redman had a question. Do you think Roswell was a big a thing as it's made out to be today? It's like it disappeared until 1980. So no. When you go back and look at the history of that, it's a kind of a fascinating case because the event happened. There was newspaper clippings or newspaper articles like, something weird fell out of the sky or crashed and stuff. And then I think the next day, and I'm kind of like summarizing this because I don't have all the details in front of me, but I think the next day or 2 days, it came out that it was likely a weather balloon. And honestly, the description of the materials really do match the weather balloons that they had at the time. And I know a lot of people might say, well, that's always the excuse. Well, it's not always the excuse, but it's a good excuse that's used often because it really is fucking weather balloons. We do have them. We do have a lot of them. And they do go up and then they come down. So this does happen. But yeah, the story actually died for a while. It just went away. And then I don't remember exactly what revitalized it. But for some reason, it came up again. I think somebody wrote a book and kind of mentioned it. And it became, it came into the spotlight again. And then our conspiracy theorists of modern age hooked onto it, and it is what it is now. That's on my bucket list. I want to go out to Roswell and actually visit because I know they have a museum out there, and I'd like to see it. I'm pretty sure it's all novelty items and nothing actually from the crash site because I don't think there is anything from the crash site. The most I think they might have is maybe like newspaper clippings from the time, which would be interesting to see. Just to compare notes, because I'm going off topic here, but it's like more of an aside. When I went and visited the Mothman Museum in West Virginia, it was weird because the reports, they had like copies of the original police reports from the first witnesses, and they didn't match the stories that I had read about the Mothman. The descriptions and events were different, even among the witnesses. So it's really helpful to actually go. See you, Rob. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. It's actually really cool to go back to the primary sources. And that's something that we talk about all the time on this show and on Three Tortured Souls. Primary sources are your go-to. Always go to primary sources when you can, because that's where you get the most original story, and you can weed out some of the embellishments that come later on, or you might find out like, oh, there's little details here that it wasn't as big deal as people made it out to be. So yeah, do I think, let me get back to the question here. Do I think it was as big a deal as it today? No, I don't. I think it was just something that happened. It was like, oh, weird thing crashed. I don't know what it is, because I mean, how often do you see weather balloons? I mean, honestly, think about that. Think about that concept. When's the last time you saw a weather balloon? I haven't. The only time I ever seen one is on TV. during documentaries that show what a weather balloon looks like. That's the only time I've ever seen one. So if one crashed down in my backyard, I would, one, not tell anyone because I'm like, I'm keeping this shit. But two, I wouldn't know what it was. I'd actually have to look it up. I'd be on Google and go, all right, what's a weather balloon looking like? And matching it up until I figured out what it was. And then I'd probably call like the manufacturer and say, hey, I have one of your balloons. Come pick it up. But I take pictures because I take pictures of everything. All right, moving on. Good question, though. Really good question. I like that. Melissa, who do I have to sell my soul to get a Wally behind you? So. Isn't he cool? I love it. All right, shush. I got that at a yard sale. I got that at a yard sale like years ago for $1. So, and it still works. I've never changed the batteries out, so it still works. I love that thing. All right. So I don't know where you can get it. I would check eBay. That would be the best place. All right. Next question. Red Man, what do you think about the Super Bowl poster in the Poltergeist movie? Super Bowl poster in the Poltergeist movie. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about here. Let me see. Super Bowl poster in Poltergeist. Oh, it comes right up. Let's see what that says. Because I don't know what you're talking about here. The Freaky Poltergeist. Let's see. The Freaky Poltergeist Super Bowl poster that predicted the future. So it says in the year Poltergeist was released, 1982, helmed the 16th annual Super Bowl. Okay, big deal. But Robbie Star Wars alien posters, Super Bowl poster hanging right above Carol's bed. Again, who cares? Look again at the date to be precise. It says 1988. Oh, that's so strange because the film being set in the future of 1988. So apart from the real weird, why? I mean, this looks like just a bad. Let's see, November 1980. I don't know. I'd have to look into this a little bit more. Super Bowl. I'm going to look into it a little bit. 1988 Super Bowl between the Redskins and Broncos landed on January 31st, 1988, which marks the day young Poltergeist star Heather O'Rourke fell fatally ill and consequently died. Oh, is that the thing? That she died the following day with a confirmed report of septic shock due to intestinal stenosis. Is that the thing like that it predicted? Oh, like the day she got sick? I'm guessing. I'm not sure. I mean, I don't really tie anything like to coincidences like this. I mean, if she fell sick on the date of the poster, okay. Okay. I mean, it's freaky, yeah, but I don't think there's anything to it. I wouldn't put anything to it. I mean, I don't know where to go with this. With the addition of Heather O'Rourke's death, February 1st, 1988, 4 months before the release of her final film, Poltergeist 3, fans believe the above-seen poster eerily predicted the young actress's untimely death and thus expanding on the widely known curse of the polter. Oh, yeah, there's no curse. There really is no curse. It's a tragedy. The young girl, unfortunately, she died. I mean, that sucks. But is it because of a curse of a film? I mean, she filmed 3 films. She got through 3 films. I mean, if there was a curse, you would think she would die and everyone would die at the end of the first one or during the first one, and the film would never be made. I mean, aside from people dying, that would be a cool curse. Like, a movie cannot be made because everyone that participates just dies before the movie's made, so it's never actually made. I mean, that would be a cool curse. But, I mean, with this, no, I don't see anything. Yeah, I think it's an urban legend. I think people see it and just say, oh, look, retrospectively, she died the day after. I mean, yeah, she contracted it the day of, but she died the next day. So it's just a coincidence. I don't really see anything to it. But this is the kind of thing that you can find in so many. I mean, there's YouTube channels devoted to this kind of stuff, weird shit like this, which I love. I do watch them, but no, I don't think anything. I think they're. I think you're right here. Urban legend. I think it's just people piecing things together and trying to make a pattern where there really isn't. So, but good question. I mean, that's cool. I do remember hearing that. I think there was like I think there was an article. There was an article about, let me see. Now that I think about that, let's see. Movie curses. There was an article I read a while ago that it was a real deep dive into these kind of curses. And no, this isn't it. It looked at the curses and looked at the results that people were attaching to the curses, like saying, well, this film is cursed and this is the result. This is all the stuff that happened. All the people that died and this and that. And it really took a deep dive into it and said, after researching it, we found out, no, this isn't true. This isn't happened the way people reported it happened. Sorry, I got something in my eye. And it just didn't pan out the way the urban legends made it out to be. So top 10. No, this isn't it. I think it might be one of the magazines, skeptic magazines that I have. I'm gonna have to look at that. I'm gonna write this down. You're the first one going on my notepad. Movie curses for Redman. And I'm gonna look this up later, because I know I have that article somewhere because I read it a few times because I really liked it. And oh wait, is this it? How stuff worked? No, I don't think this is it. Poltergeist. That might be it. All the deaths tragically, no doubt terrible. However, 4 deaths related. Oh, this might be it. Doesn't look like it, but I'm going to put it in the comments. So here is a link to how stuff works, and it goes into 10 movie curses. That might help give you an idea. I'm not sure. Poltergeist is on there. That's number 10, or actually that's the first one because top 10. All right, let's see. What else do I have? Oh, am I missing any questions? Because I had them starred. I'm only going by the starred ones, so I don't know if I'm going through now looking to see if there's any cues. I don't see any additional cues, so I think I have one more question. Let's see. Can the truth machine debunk or confirm claims of charlatans? So I looked this up, and I don't know what your question pertains to. So if you're still on and you're watching, if you could clarify a little bit, because I looked up The Truth Machine, and it looks to be a science fiction novel by James Halperin about a genius who invents an infallible lie detector. Soon, every citizen must pass a thorough test under the Truth Machine to get a job or receive any sort of license. Eventually, people begin wearing them all the time, thus eliminating dishonesty in all parts of the human interaction and eliminating crime, terrorism, and a great deal of general social problems. Sounds like an interesting book. But I couldn't find anything like that was related to something I could actually like comment on. So I don't know what this is in reference to. I've never heard of this before. I'm at a loss here. I'm trying to look, and all I see is like advertisements for the book, an audio book, The Truth Machine. It's all about a book, blockchain and future of everything. Again, it's all about a book. So I don't know what you're talking about here. So, and let's see, Anto, if you can clarify, that'd be great. And then I can go into a little bit more. So there you go. Let me see. Jade Kitten, special offer from Skeptoid Media, 2-week access to the movie Science Friction. Registrants paid for free, paid or free. More information to follow. Yes. So if you go on to, let's see, Skeptical. If you go, that's for Skeptical. And again, there's a lot of stuff here. Oh, I know her. Free registration, paid, Skeptical. There's a lot of stuff you can get. It looks like it's going to be a fun conference, even though it's online. Like I'm torn with the online conferences because sometimes they can be very, very monotone, and like I'm very animated. I don't know if you can tell that. My dog's Donna's back, so you might hear my dogs. I'm very animated during my workshops and lectures. I like to not only interact with the crowd or the audience, I like to get in there, and do experiments and walk up and help, like, hey, try this, try that, look at this, look at that. So doing online stuff, it's very hard to do that. It's very hard to convey or I guess translate that kind of approach to online stuff. So I try to do it very animated. I try to stay, hyped up, and I usually down 2 or 3 monsters before the lecture so I can really talk fast. I really got a lot of excitement and emotion in there. So, but I think I do a pretty good job, and I hope everyone else does. And there's a lot of goodies here. I don't know how the virtual social thing works. I've never done that where it's like a skeptics in the pub kind of thing, but virtually. I guess it's like a Zoom call where there's a whole bunch of people and you can interact. I'm not sure. All right. So let me see here. Oh, another question. Jeff as fuck. I don't know if that's actually your name or you just like putting AF, but I love saying that. Do you like the Orville sci-fi show compares to Star Trek? Honestly, I like the Orville better. I really do. I like it better. Excuse me. I like the comedy. I like that it's a very good blend of comedy and the seriousness of the show. It takes the seriousness of Star Trek and it blends it with the comedy of sometimes Family Guy. So I like it. I really like it. I haven't seen the new season because I think it's on Paramount Plus, and I'm just not paying for another station. I pay enough for TV. I pay for Disney Plus and Netflix and Amazon Prime and what did Disney Plus? Did I say that already? Probably. And cable. So I'm done paying for TV. Done. So I haven't seen any of the new ones yet, but I loved the previous Hulu. So Hulu is free. I haven't been on Hulu. Do you have to just sign up for it and just you can watch shit for free? Because I haven't tried it yet. I've seen it up on it comes up on the apps on my TV, but I've never actually gone into it. So I don't know. All right. Donna's back.
You're still on?
I am. It's not 10 o'clock yet.
Do we get more questions? What I missed?
They're slowly popping in. We're talking about the Orville, which is the it's the Star Trek parody. We watched it for a while. It was the Family Guy guy.
Family Guy guy.
Oh my god. Hulu is not free. Oh, okay. 3rd season better. It's free with ads. Okay. Oh, Shauna. It was so funny. I met Shauna out in Vegas. We were talking and she made a comment. She's like, every time you see me on your show, you're like, Shauna. I can't help but do that.
It's like awesome. Aaron.
Aaron. That's right. Aaron. Apparently he's been practicing his dance moves for Gettysburg.
Oh, really?
He's coming out and he wants the dance trophy.
Oh, so, you got competition.
Yeah. Well, if they do the dance trophy like they did last year,
it was
there's no
lame
competition. I didn't like that
last year. Hopefully,
so Gettysburg Battlefield Bash has a it's a great conference. It's so much fun. It's a ghost conference or a paranormal kind of conference, but it's all for good causes. And they have a lot of good events, like fun events. And one was a dance conference or dance contest. Sorry. And so back here, let's see.
Red Man says, who needs pay TV
trophy.
when we get shows like this?
That trophy was the dance contest, the first time that they did it, and I won it because I can move. But the last year they did it where it's like you picked a song and you had 30 seconds to dance in front of like 4 or 5 people, and they were judges. And I was like, I'm a free spirit. I like to just move where the spirit takes me, metaphorically, and have fun. I don't like dancing in front of people like that are judging me, because I don't like to be judged, man.
What?
All right, so let's see. But yeah, I like the Orville better. Definitely like it better. All right, I think that's. Oh wait,
what do you think about weather?
What do you think about weather control? China.
What's that?
China weather control. I'm not sure. China weather control. China to expand weather modification program to cover. Let's see, to cover larger area than India. This I haven't heard of this before. China. This is from CNN. China this week revealed plans to drastically expand an experimental weather modification program to cover an area of over 5.5 million square miles or kilometers. Sorry. Which translates to 2.1 million square miles, more than 1.5 times the total size of India. According to a statement from the State Council, China will have a developed weather modification system by 2025, thanks to breakthroughs in fundamental research and key technologies, as well as improvements in comprehensive prevention against safety risks. That's in quotes, comprehensive prevention against safety risks.
What's that supposed to mean?
I don't know, but it worries me.
How are they controlling the weather, or they're going to be able to predict it better?
It says,
is that what they're saying?
In the next 5 years, the total area covered by artificial rain or snowfall will reach 5.5 million square kilometers. Will be covered by hail suppression technologies. The statement added that the program will help with disaster relief, agricultural production, emergency responses to forest and grassland fires, and dealing with unusually high temperatures or droughts. I don't know how they're doing this.
So they're trying to modify
cloud seeding. This is something I have seen. I have read about a little bit.
Red Man says scary stuff.
As a concept, cloud seeding has been around for decades. It works by injecting small amounts of silver iodine into clouds with a lot of moisture, which then condenses around the new particles, becoming heavier and eventually falling as precipitation. A study funded by the U.S. National Science Foundation, published earlier this year, found that cloud seeding, quote, cloud seeding can boost snowfall across a wide area if the atmospheric conditions are favorable, end quote. The study was one of the first to ascertain definitively that cloud seeding worked, as previously it had been difficult to distinguish precipitation created as a result of the practice from normal snowfall.
That's definitely a topic that needs more research. Sounds interesting.
It certainly seems like it'd be fake, but this is from CNN. So I don't know. This is interesting. I've heard about cloud seeding before, and I've heard about the silver iodine. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's good. I mean, shit. I mean,
I don't think we should do this stuff.
I mean, California could certainly use
more rainfall. Rain. I mean,
they're fucked right now.
Out there is really struggling.
I've been watching a lot of updates with like the Hoover Dam
and Lake Mead.
And Lake Mead is down. Like the Hoover Dam is down now. I think the last report I saw, it was done. It's not producing any power because the water levels have dropped too low. It's dropped below the intakes. So with this, I don't know. I mean, this is like, I guess you could almost say this is the argument of playing God, in quotes, that you're changing the weather. But I mean, this is what we do.
If science can do it,
yeah, I
then...
mean, we've already modified crops, and for people that don't like GMOs, guess what? You've already eaten them. All right, so most of the food that you've eaten is genetically modified, some way or not or another. I mean, it's already been done, and this is what we do. We're learning about the weather. We're learning what works, what doesn't work, and I don't know. Depends on
how they
use it, or they use it for profits. I mean, yeah, I don't agree that it should be used for profits. I mean, this is something that needs to be done, and some of the things that they listed here, where was it? Study, blah blah blah. Disaster relief, agricultural production, so you can help farms when it's not raining as much.
Yeah, like in drought, I assume.
Grassland or forest fires. Yeah, I mean, if you can cause it to rain during a forest fire and put the fire out, then there's the balance there, because you're saving the forest by what I don't know what the downside is. So I'm not sure what the downside is. This definitely deserves more.
Control the weather, control the field of battle. I don't know.
So
I don't think that's why.
Control field of battle. If you're at war,
I think it's a major weapon, he says on here. I don't think that's what they're gonna use it for.
What's the advantage? I mean, if you're fighting over a territory, what's the advantage of raining? I mean, are you going to cause it to rain over other people, or cause it to hail? But the temperatures would have to be right. All the conditions would have to be right too. This is not just something that can do any time. It says it already in this report. And again, I'm only going by one report.
Yeah,
I'm only going by one. But this is telling us that let's see, atmospheric conditions are favorable. So you have to have certain conditions in the atmosphere
for it to even work.
Let's see, where is it? Paper concept. I've seen works by injecting small into clouds with a lot of moisture. So if you have a clear day with no clouds, you're not going to make it rain. Your alleged weapon is null and void. It just won't work. So it has to be favorable conditions in order for anything to work with this. So I don't see it as being a major weapon. Look at the drought out west. I've been watching it. Control the weather, control the field better. I mean, I've been watching that. I have been watching it, and they need rain. They really do need rain. They need a lot of rain.
It's gonna cause yeah. I mean, could they make it worse?
Could they make it worse? I don't know. What's worse?
Food for thought. He says.
What is worse?
Right. I mean,
what is worse? The people that are out there losing power altogether, losing drinking water. You know, food. Damn spell check.
I got you, Red Man.
I keep forgetting. Yeah, I keep forgetting we have to put these up because people can't see them if they're on Facebook. Right. But yeah, I mean, it's not. I don't see a downside to this yet. I'm sure there could be, but I think this is a big technology, and it's not something that's just going to be in one person's hands. It's going to be in either a government's hands or a huge company's hands. And there's going to be a lot of restrictions. There's going to be a lot of rules to go by. I'm speculating again because this is not my area, but I don't see a downside to this yet. I think it would be good if we could do this. And again, that's what we push for. We master our environment. That's what we do. And if we can do this to help out, I don't see a problem with it right now. But again, everything with caution. We'll go from there.
Yeah.
Where are we at? We're at 150. That's awesome. All right. We good? We got no more questions. That's good.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to do some announcements. Good one, Redman, though. I like that question. That's a good.
It looks like it's another topic maybe
Yeah.
that we can kind of research for. Maybe we can find a specialist or something on that.
Weather modification. Weather. Oh, my pen died.
There you go.
That sucks. I got it. It's one thing I have around here. It's pens and notepads. Modification. I'm looking into that later. Homework. That's right.
I don't think it'll become as bad as Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park. No, I think that's a completely different beast there. Pardon the pun. All right. So let's get to announcements.
Happy 4th of July weekend.
Happy 4th of July.
Woo-hoo!
Yes, for those of us in here
in the States,
that are going to celebrate, have a safe weekend. What else is there? Holy crap. Let's see. Let's put it up here. Saturdays, usually, there's going to be a caveat here with at 8 p.m. on Saturdays is Three Tortured Souls, which is a live stream that I do with Dave Schumacher and Tim Vickers. But this week we are postponing it a day because Dave has something to do. So we're actually going to be on Sunday at 7 p.m.
God, you're changing the time too?
I know.
Oh, you guys are really effing people
that's
up.
because our friend John Kennedy is he does a show on Sundays, and he was banned for a while. He was in Facebook jail, and then he recently got out, and he's able to come on, and he announced that he was going to do a show Sunday. So we don't want to overlap with him.
Oh, okay.
So that's why we're doing it an hour earlier, and we're doing it on Sundays. So because some of us have something to do tomorrow night, so we're going to do Sunday at 7 p.m. And the topic is going to be it's my topic. I'm in charge this time, and it's going to be about the White Hill Mansion EVP challenge that I want to say we have developed for a while. So it was me. It was my original idea, but I also partnered up with Ben Rafford, Tim Vickers, and then who else? There was a few other people. Jim Underdown of the CFIIG out in California. He's the guy that runs the $250,000 challenge. And then Dawn from White Hill Mansion. We had an EVP challenge going that would give a $500 cash prize to people that would find a hidden object via intelligent responses because of EVP. Because there were a lot of reports about intelligent responses, like getting EVPs and ghosts talking to them and answering their questions. So I hid an object in there, and the deal was have the ghosts tell you where the object was, find it, and tell me what it was, and you win $500 cash. So thought it was pretty good. It's been running for 4 years, and we recently just ended it. Because, well, you'll find out Sunday. So tune in Sunday at 7 p.m. Next is July 16th to 17th is the Skeptical virtual conference, which Carolyn came on and was great about telling us about all the details. So check it out. That's going to be fun. Get the ticket today, because I think today's the last day for the early bird special. So it's $25 for all the lectures, and then there's a couple other bonus things in there. It should be fun. I'm excited just because I'm in the same lineup as Bill Nye. I love that. Bill Nye, and then with SciCon, I'm in the same lineup as Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah, I know.
I love it. July 23rd is the Para-Unity Conference in Woodbridge. Oh, awesome.
Woohoo!
Thank you. Oh, crap. You threw me off my groove. Woodbridge, New Jersey will be at the Para-Unity Conference. Both of us will. So I'll be set up with my Skeptical Help booth, my full booth table, which looks like the frame here. Donna will be there with Lucky Tiki Creations selling
Yeah,
her
I might
crafts.
even have some spooky dolls for you guys.
Yeah, all the creepy ass dolls that I made.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna have them.
And the mirrors.
The black mirrors.
Yeah.
The scrying mirrors.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a little section just for you guys.
Oh, sweet. Yay. So we'll be there. Definitely I'm the token skeptic there. Can't wait to hang out. There's a lot of people that I know that I'll get to see and hang out with. So I'm excited about that. August 19th to 21st is the Gettysburg Battlefield Bash in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. It's a awesome weekend. It is a fun-filled weekend. And if you come out, you not only get to hang out with me, which is really not a big deal.
You get me too.
You get Donna. You get Tim Vickers. You get Dave Schumacher from Three Tortured Souls. The three of us are going to be there. The four of us. But the three Tortured Souls will be there. We're going to be set up. We're going to do a live show from the conference. Maybe more than one. I don't know. But the three of us will be there hanging out. And who knows what kind of trouble we're going to get into. Because, wow. The last time we got together, we were causing trouble. Well, mostly Tim. No, actually, it was mostly me. The last announcement I have is October 20th and 23rd. We will be in Las Vegas, Nevada for SciCon, which is one of the biggest science conferences on the planet. And I'll be there. I'll be taking the stage, I think, Friday and talking about believers and skeptics working together. Some of us, not all of us. But I'm excited and nervous because it's the first time I'm going to take the big stage. And it should be interesting. And I know JD is supposed to be out there. Susan Gerbic will be out there. Rob Palmer, the well-known skeptic, he'll be out there. Lots of us will be out there. And it'll be fun. So if you have a chance to come out, I do recommend it because it's not just a fun time, but it is, you're getting lectures by people that are in their field, the top of their field. You're getting good information, really solid information across the board. It's not just paranormal stuff. It's across the sciences. And it's just amazing. I mean, I have so much fun. And I learned so much at that conference. So there you go. Without further ado, I actually hate saying that. I don't like saying it without further ado.
Why
because
I
don't know why. It popped into my head and I rolled with it and I regretted it as soon as I said it. All right. So I'm just going through some of the comments, making sure I got everything. I think I did. So with that, I'm gonna I have to give a shout out to some of my patrons because they're awesome.
And without you guys, this can't be done.
That's right. Because this show continues because of you guys.
Robert, what's brewing?
What's brewing? Why do you say brewing?
Brewing. Because he's always making some yummy drinks.
Is he?
Robert Keys.
He did make us some
my
stuff.
spirits.
Yeah.
Remember my butterscotch?
That was good.
Moonshine.
That was good, Robert. Butterscotch.
Moonshine.
Butterscotch. He made some good stuff. All right. With that, I'm going to say, everyone, have a safe weekend.
Apple Crown.
And enjoy it. If you're in the States, 3D weekend, hopefully. Enjoy it. Be safe. Don't drink and drive. Stay home and have fun. But other than that, enjoy it. And I'll see you
in 2 weeks.
Well, no, actually, yes, I'll see some of you Sunday. But if not, yeah, for this show, 2 weeks from now, because no show next week.
Yeah.
So with that, see you later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.